Hey, this is Eve Hennessy. I am the author of the book Detox with Ease. I healed myself from multiple chemical sensitivity. I spent many years studying toxins. I welcome everyone to the show. Please tell me where you're from, what you're drinking. I stole that from Ivan on Tech. How you're doing today, and if you have any questions, just start putting them in the chat. I want to talk about neurotoxins today. I am the one who coined 2016 the year of the neurotoxins. I did not promote it that much, obviously, because still most people have no idea what a neurotoxin is. A neurotoxin is something that's toxic to the nervous system. So the nervous system can be a little mysterious. It has to do with your nerves, your mood, and how your nervous system basically is kind of running the show of a lot of your organs, your mood, and so many things. I'm not going to get too much into that right now. I just want to tell you about the toxins and how to stay away from them. So when I first got chemical sensitivity, and the whole time that I had it, I did heal mine about 10 years ago. The first thing that I would notice was I would smell things and they would really bother me. It would really smell awful to me. It would give me headaches. I would feel tired. I would just feel the need, I just felt like I was being gassed and poisoned. And later I developed asthma. But in my case, my chemical sensitivity was mostly affected by neurotoxins, which are things that you're breathing in. Mostly, this is not true. There are other kinds of neurotoxins like MSG, Botox, all this other stuff, which I'm going to not talk about because it's not really my area of expertise. But you can put that in the chat too, or comments, all the different kind of neurotoxins that you know. I'm just going to talk about the ones that you are smelling through your nose. They go into your nose and they go right to your brain. Affects your brain, gives you brain fog, different kinds of symptoms. So I'm just going to tell you, here are some of the ways you can tell if something's neurotoxic. First of all, it smells. It has a synthetic smell. And the longer a smell smells a synthetic, a toxic smell, the more toxic it is. Like this whole thing, which luckily we have reversed with all of this new fresh scent, all of this Febreze, all of this makes your clothes smell good for up to 6 weeks. Like the longer the smell stays, the more toxic it is probably going to be, because they have this thing, it's called the fixative, and that has all of these sticky molecules. So these molecules, when you're breathing it in your nose, is actually sticking on the inside of your nose, the inside of your lungs, your hair, your clothes, other things in your atmosphere. That's why if you have chemical sensitivity, or even not, you can smell it in your hair, all of these toxins are sticking to us. It's like when, so I just wanted to say, take a shower ASAP if you're smelling something in your hair and it's really bothering you, because you're continually breathing it in to your lungs and your bloodstream continually, until you get that, out of your hair. And also the steam in the shower, it's good for cleaning the lungs and the inside of the nose. And so it's the sticky molecules, which is really did a number on many of us that had MCS, multiple chemical sensitivity. It's just one day you just can't handle these smells anymore, and they actually smell awful. That's basically one way you can tell if something in neurotoxin doesn't smell bad. Sometimes we are kind of fooled into thinking that something smells good when it really doesn't. And I'm calling you out, Febreze, because you smell disgusting. If somebody, people spray it on their clothes, they don't wash their clothes, but they spray it on there thinking they're going to smell fresh. It's disgusting. You smell gross. So that's the number one ways that you can smell a synthetic smell. Any kind of nature smell is not going to be toxic, but it is going to go into your brain the same way. That's the reason why aromatherapy works. or just smelling a plant. Like I have some herbs growing in my house, and sometimes, you know, if there's a breeze coming in, you could smell these herbs. It smells so amazing. And it gives you this feeling of well-being because it's actually putting like phytochemicals, that means chemicals from plants, into your bloodstream through your nose. So I have so much to say. I was trying to like take everything and put it into the same spot. But so the principle also, people think like, oh, well, you can't get toxins in through just breathing them or, you know, putting them on your skin. But that is not true at all, because what goes into your nose is very close to your brain. That's why people snort cocaine and other drugs. It just goes right straight to your brain. So that's the main subject of this video about this kind of neurotoxins. Let's see, long-lasting smell, that's the #1 dead giveaway. That's so toxic. All of those, if you want to detox your life by like 50%, just change your laundry detergent and fabric softener in your shampoo. Like, because we are 24/7 exposing ourselves through the nose. If it's on our clothes, and it goes also right through our skin into our blood stream. So this is really the worst thing you can do. So it's 24/7, and you know, you can detox your life by 50%. Just change your laundry detergent. I really tell people that. They don't really like it when I tell them, but it's my job. You know, just be like, hey, you know, did you know? And I'll always like throw out this tactic, like it does cause erectile dysfunction. So sometimes I'll kind of bring that up, or obesity, like things that people are really sensitive about. Most people don't really care about getting cancer like 30 years from now, but they are more aware of these other consequences of these toxins. So I throw them out there and let people know. So if you're around something and all of a sudden you start coughing, like, why are you coughing? You know, make sure it might be just be something that you're breathing in your environment. So try to pay attention. These are ways you can know if you're in the presence of a neurotoxin. If all of a sudden you feel tired just for no reason, or say if you go into this one house all the time, you always feel tired in that house, or if one room of your house. Sometimes by just paying attention to the way you feel in different atmospheres, you can sort of detect that there might be something in your environment that's causing it. Sudden muscle weakness. When I had real bad MCS, like I just got so weak, you know. So if you notice just all of a sudden you're real weak, you know, it could be caused by a lot of things, but it can also be caused from neurotoxins or other toxins in your environment. Irritability is a major one, because it's going right to the amygdala in your brain and triggering your flight or fight syndrome, your stress response. So just being irritable too is a major symptom of neurotoxins. So say like drinking alcohol is a neurotoxin. Like say if you're drinking a lot and then you start, you know, you're more irritable. You know, it's not one that you smell, but you're affecting your nervous system with the alcohol. Usually, I mean, I think for some people it could be affected well if it's just a little bit, you know, relax you. But if you put a lot of alcohol into your system, it's not good. If you feel anxious, yeah, like anxiety can be caused by toxins. I actually am a very strong believer that a lot of our emotional issues that people are having is partially by toxins. So, or any kind of sudden mood change. Like if you notice any kind of sudden mood change, you know, look around why that might be. It could be a toxin in your environment. So I'm an artist, and I noticed whenever I go into the art shop, I would get so grouchy. Like, I'm like, why am I always so mean when I go to the store? Like, I'm not a nice person. Like, I'm that mean lady, you know? And I'm like, it took a year or so I'd go to the store. Even now, you know, still get affected. God, just grouchy. And then I realized it's all of these toxins that are in these art supplies. So, and And I have to tell you something, that we're all sensitive to different things in different ways. Like I have a friend, he's not chemical sensitive at all. He can't stand fingernail polish remover, but that doesn't bother me even when I was really bad MCS. Like that particular one didn't bother me, but you know, Pantene shampoo would like make me really sick. Let's see. If you have any kind of sudden problems that have to do with the nervous system, if like all this, maybe you're feeling shaky, maybe you have an illness which is connected to the nervous system, just look around in your environment and clean up your neurotoxins. Get my book and watch my, look at my website, and or you can call me. I also do consulting, help you get those toxins out of your environment, because generally it's stuff that we're exposed to every single day. In my gym that I love going to, they have this like air freshener stuff that they would spray out into the gym. And after a few months, I was coughing with that, even though I don't have MCS anymore, but my lungs, you know, only wanted so much of that. And I could also tell, I could tell by my mood, like I'm very sensitive. So I will be able to notice things, you know, if they're not well. So if you start to get some kind of condition, just start looking around, trying to troubleshoot and see if there's some kind of toxins there that might be bothering you. Let's see if anyone has any questions. Feel free to ask. Here's another thing. So just ask yourself, say if you buy something at the store, or, you know, perfume, whatever it is, and just, you know, really ask yourself, does this smell good? Sometimes it just doesn't even smell good, but we think it's supposed to. So if it doesn't smell good to you, that's a telltale sign. I want to get this awful thing that I bought the other day. No, yesterday. So I was in the store, and this was the only, like, most natural one they had was this Mrs. Meyer's stuff. Totally ran out of dish soap. And I used some of this different Mrs. Meyer's, but this particular basil scent is so nasty. Like a lot of Mrs. Meyer's is toxic if you have MCS, but if you don't have MCS, it's not bad. But this particular one is really bad. And my friend had given me a bottle of it, and I got rid of it. I couldn't stand it. Like, she gave me a huge bottle. But this, I realized it was that same stuff, you know, that my friend had given me. And it smells so bad. And here's the thing, I could smell it on my hands. I could smell it, like I washed some stuff in it, and I could keep smelling it for a long time. So if you keep smelling it for a long time, it's not going to be natural. Let's see. So those are a lot of the ways that toxins can affect you. When I was in my dance classes, like we had vents that came in from the store below. And since I am aware of chemical smells, probably, you know, sometimes I can't smell them at all, but sometimes I can. And I'll notice like all of a sudden everybody in the whole dance studio is kind of like, like look around you when you see people are like this and they're not in a really bored meeting. It's probably something in the air, you know, and everybody at the same time is kind of like low energy, low cognition, low mood. I would be able to tell. I could smell the stuff coming up from the vents. And I always try to get to the good air spot in the room. But this is stuff that people don't notice. A lot of people with asthma don't notice that they're around toxic lung irritants. But if you just start paying attention, you can find out. So put in the comments like how a neurotoxin affects you, because this is just me. I know this is very common with MCS people, but I know there's a lot more ways. I mean, some people's body goes into total shock. A lot of people get chronic fatigue. I mean, the tiredness is really a big thing. Let's see. That's about all I wanted to say. So maybe I'll make 2021 the year of the neurotoxins, you know, maybe just to stop us from thinking about all this other stuff. Because here's the thing, if you're staying inside, you want to make your indoor air as good as possible. Look at mine. This plant, this pisoli, is one of the most amazing plants. It's proven to take toxins out of the air, and it's the most effective one that they've tested. So I have 3 of those. I have some air filters that I either put on or off and keep my windows open. I don't keep a lot of toxic stuff in my house. Like, you can just go through your house and, you know, get rid of plastics you don't need. Anything that has a smell, like a plastics, is really bad. Like new plastics. That's why when you go in these stores like Bed Bath & Beyond and Target, whatever, they just have so much new plastic stuff, and also other stuff that has a lot of ink, you know, any kind of smelly ink. Sometimes when you buy your new clothes, you can smell them, and they don't actually smell nice. You can tell they smell kind of like some kind of chemical. So the less that you have in your environment, the less is going to be off-gassing into your air, the less you're going to be breathing in, the less your body's going to have to detox. So, you know, you don't even have to read, you know, what things are toxic. You can pretty much just pay attention and notice. And anything that says Febreze on the label, any of that Tide, gosh, that Snuggle, that's the Spanish one's really bad. What's that? That one, Suavitel, terrible. Fabuloso, awful. Also, anything to do with your cleaning floors, you know, try to just either have things have a natural scent or no scent. And, you know, they do sell organic perfume now. I have some. I know my chemical sensitivity people think I'm terrible, but, you know, perfume will never go away. Of course, you don't wear it out in big, you know, public events and stuff like that. That's all I have to say. Also, if you're interested in starting your own business or making your business better, I'm doing a course, Mastermind, with this book that I created, the workbook that goes along with Ramesh Donta's 60-minute startup, a proven system to start your business in 1 hour a day and get your first paying customer in 30 days. This is an amazing book. You can go from like nothing to having your own business and knowing what to do, how to do it. Every little thing, it kind of tells you what to do, and it makes it very gentle and easy. And I'm starting a group soon. It's going to be around, anyway, just shoot me an email. And that's all I have to say. Happy healing, and keep coming back. Don't forget to smash the likes and hit the subscribe button and the bell button, and then the one that says all, because that way you can know when I'm going to go live. And take advantage that right now these are my first live streams, so I didn't really have people in the chat too much. So you can come ask your questions all day long, you know, especially if you have an illness, a chronic illness, chemical sensitivity, or you want to know anything about toxins and detoxing, because detoxing is very an amazing thing. All right, have an amazing day, and I'm going to sign off. Take care. Ciao.